Hey guys, Bobby Bollinger here, and today I'm bringing you an edition of my NFL predictions for Week 3. Now, first thing you'll notice, the colors are different. That's because I have always had this weird thing where there seem to be color lines going down rapidly on my screen. I'm not sure if you guys can see them, but I see them right now, so unless I don't notice them on YouTube, I'm gonna have to change colors again, but oh well. Anyway, also, this isn't being uploaded on Thursday for one specific reason. I am tired of injuries popping up after the Thursday game. They screw me over so much. Like week 1, Browns versus Steelers, an extremely close game. Myles Garrett, yeah, that would have been the difference right there. Myles Garrett would have given the Browns a win. But he got injured on, Friday? After I'd made the video and uploaded it. So yeah, fun. And it nearly caught me again on Sam Bradford with the Vikings, good God. So from now on, I'm going to be uploading after the Thursday game. I won't assign a particular day, though. So, the problem with this is you guys are going to have to take my word for it for what I predicted on the Thursday games. And if you were with me last season, you saw that when this kind of thing popped up, I was honest about it. Now, last week, not good. Record now stands at 14-17. Off of some bull crap, but there is time to improve. Okay, Thursday game, Rams versus 49ers. I honestly thought the Rams were going to win. Not for the reasons they won, though. I thought it was going to be a defensive game, especially since since the coaches knew each other. I thought, man, they're going to know how to handle each other's offense just fine. No, they just know how to handle each other's defense. An extremely close game, as is usual for such intense divisional rivalry, but in the end, the Rams simply are better. Okay, the London game. Why do we send the crappy teams to London? I don't know. Anyway, this would be a major defensive game, though I said that for Rams and 49ers, but this should be a major defensive game. And usually I favor the team that can run the ball best, which in this case would be Jacksonville. But the Ravens are much more used to defensive games than the Jaguars are. So, on the basis of experience and the fact that the injuries aren't piling up quite yet, I'm going to give this to the Ravens. Okay, back to your regularly scheduled games. Broncos-Bills. Obviously, everyone is expecting the Broncos here. I'm not sure they definitely won't blow out the Bills like they blew out the Cowboys, but I am expecting a win. Reason being because the Broncos are kind of what the Bills want to be. Like, the Broncos are actually very well built. They've got a good defense. They live through their running game. And they have a good quarterback with 2 receivers who are fairly consistent at going over 1,000 yards a season. It's a very well built team. It can have some flaws, like I said, the offense runs through the running back. So if you can take that away from the Broncos, suddenly things start to go downhill. That's what happened last year. C.J. Anderson went down and the whole thing went to crap. The Bills with LaShawn McCoy should show him something, but Tyrod Taylor, I don't trust him against this defense at all. Okay, Steelers-Bears. the Bears executed horribly and lost a lot of their offensive line. Up against the Steelers, who have a good defensive line, and yeah, there's no doubt about this one. Okay, Saints versus Panthers. Now, the Panthers' defense has been playing great so far. Offense, however, has been a problem. They went against the 49ers and the offense sucked. They went against the Bills and the offense sucked. They went up against the Saints and the offense got better. But the Saints also happen to be the best offense they'll have faced all season. So I don't quite trust the Panthers to win this one, given that they really haven't scored this year yet. So I don't think they'll be able to outscore the Saints, though they will put up points. Also, McCaffrey was a bust. Just wanted to put that out there, get that off my chest. I always had a bad feeling about him. Okay, this is the game I almost got screwed out of. Fortunately, I know Sam Bradford isn't playing, and instead they get a Casey Keenum, who I swear to God was on the Browns last year as the starting quarterback. But, like I said, last week, well, my hot takes video, the Buccaneers defense preys on inexperienced and overall stupid quarterbacks. And in this case, they will be up against an inexperienced quarterback, even more inexperienced since I think he switched teams. Vikings and Dalvin Cook should be able to put up something, and Vikings defense should definitely be limiting the Bucs. But one team has their starting quarterback, has their franchise quarterback, and the other one, their franchise QB is injured. Browns Colts. I never thought I would see the day. Why? When your team is the first team in pretty much a decade that the Browns are favored against, something's wrong. The Browns have a really good defensive line. Their secondary needs some work, but they should definitely be able to get Jacoby Brissett pretty good. Meanwhile, Frank Gore won't be doing jack crap because he's old and overrated. And the Browns on offense, well, this is going to be the easiest defense they've ever faced. This is where DeShone Kizer can build up his offense, his confidence. Now, I do think Colts defense has improved from last year, though. They should be able to take advantage of a crappy O-line. Going into this season, everywhere I looked, it said, hey, the Browns have a really good O-line. And I was just wondering, what the hell are you people talking about? They did not perform like a good O-line last year. We start off this season, they're still not performing like a good O-line, so I have to assume they are not a good O-line. Next. Dolphins-Jets. I won't crap on the Dolphins in this game. I will say they were that close to losing to the Chargers. The Chargers could be 2-0 right now. Arguably should. The Dolphins should probably be 1-0-1. Statistically, the odds were that they were going to be 0-1, but they are 1-0 right now, going up against what's considered one of the crappiest teams in the NFL. And while the Jets do have a really good run defense, that's the one thing they've got going for them, I don't see their other defense being good enough to murder Jay Cutler like it should. So, the Jets ain't going to do too well. Big sock. Texans versus Patriots. Now, the Texans do have a really, really good defense. And the Patriots showed a little bit of struggle, and they didn't exactly do too much to prove themselves better, considering they were against a really bad defense in the Saints. But the fact of the matter is, the Texans' quarterback is Deshaun Watson. And he did not play well. He did not play well at all. He played like crap. He has no accuracy. All he has is running. So I cannot trust that kind of quarterback ever. The Patriots, whatever their faults are, the Texans' faults are worse. Good Lord. Okay, Falcons-Lions. Interesting matchup. One team can run the ball, one team can't. Guess who wins? Yeah, they're both big-time offenses, but in the end, he who controls the ball controls the game, and the Falcons will control the ball. Giants versus Eagles. Well, Giants' O-line is crap. Eagles' D-line is one of the best in the league. What do you guys think's gonna happen? Yeah, the Eagles are gonna win this one. They'll be able to put up some points too, since the offense is clearly improved. Maybe not good, but improved. Meanwhile, the Giants showed that even with Odell Beckham, they can't really be a decent offense. Like, they can't run the ball. They don't have the quarterback protection to throw the ball, so they have no offense, and the Eagles are just a more complete team. Seahawks-Titans. The Seahawks have struggled in their game so far. They lost to the Packers, and they won by like 3-9 against the 49ers, which is pretty pathetic. Meanwhile, the Titans lost to the Raiders, though it was a close game, and then beat the Jaguars. Yeah, I trust the Titans on this game more than the Seahawks. Now, if DeMarco Murray was still the main running back, different story. But as it stands, Derrick Henry is much better and should be able to perform decently, considering who he's against. Sorry, gotta yawn. It's getting late. Oh look, Chargers versus Chiefs. Two teams. One is 2-0. One, the odds say, would be 2-0. But the Chargers are just the kings of unlucky. It is insane. Now, how do I think this game's going to go down? My current power rankings have the Chiefs sitting at number 1, so yeah. I really trust the Kansas City Chiefs. Alex Smith is showing to me that he's starting to be the real quarterback. Now, it's coming a little bit late, but better late than never. And Kareem Hunt has been amazing so far. I didn't think he'd get much against the Eagles, and really he didn't as a running back. It was just off of one huge run, but that was to be expected. He's a dual threat in the way that I like my dual threats, who are the running back. He's mostly running, but he can catch, and he can make big stuff out of it, so I trust the Chiefs this year. I trust them a lot. Bengals-Packers. Oh, joy. This is going to be an ugly game, which Aaron Rodgers should win. That's basically the only reason. Neither team can run the ball. Neither team has that good of a defense. So it's up to, hey, who do you think will have the better passing game? And that's Aaron Rodgers. Raiders-Redskins. Fun game. I'm sure the Redskins have prepared for it. And these are two very similar teams. The differences in them are defensively, the Redskins have Josh Norman, while the Raiders have Khalil Mack. What difference does that make? Not much. Both defenses still suck. On offense, the differences are quarterbacks and running backs. Quarterback-wise, Raiders have a better quarterback, definitely. Not to say the Redskins quarterback is bad, he's a franchise quarterback, but the Raiders might have a future Hall of Famer. We'll see how it all pans out. As for running back, the Raiders also have a future Hall of Famer in Marshawn Lynch, who has done a very good job considering he went against the Titans, who have a really good run defense, and then he went against the Jets, who have a really good run defense, and he put up decent yards against both. Nothing extraordinary, but he made some pretty big plays. So I definitely trust the Raiders for this more than I trust the Redskins. Undoubtedly. Final game, Cowboys-Cardinals. Well, the Cardinals barely scraped by the Colts. And while the Cowboys were embarrassed by the Broncos, I don't think they've stooped to the level of losing to Colts. So I'm going to take this as their rebound game. Well, those are my picks for the week. Tell me if you agree or not, and I'll see you next time. G'day.